And a good afternoon and welcome to Brooklyn College, the home of the Brooklyn College Bulldogs, as we have some college basketball, the best of Division III, right here for you on the YouTube television network. So it's the Brooklyn College Bulldogs at 0-3. They're coming in and welcoming in the New Jersey City Gothic Knights, and they're coming in with a record of 1-1. And my name's Scott Green, and I'll be with you for the entire broadcast as we take a look at the starters for today. And the Gothic Knights will be starting Jaden Brown wearing number 1. Number 32, Donovan Crawford, will be also starting at the big, and the other big, Raymond Ezeki, a 6'8 senior from Newark, New Jersey. And follow that with Bakai Rogers Robinson, and he's the story, coming in with an average of 33 and a half points per game in the first 2 games. So he's been the story for New Jersey City. And for Brooklyn, they're going to go with the lineup very similar. Joe Charles, he's the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. And we'll also see Munir Ibrahim, he's the sophomore from East Meadow, New York. And we're going to also see today number 12, Edmund Rucci. And Edmund Rucci coming off a 21-point performance against New Paltz on Wednesday night. And we'll take a look at their bigs, and they'll start number 20. And that'll be Thomas Hall. And rounding out the lineup is number 13, Tyler Gordon. Jeff Jean Baptiste is the head coach for Brooklyn College, and Mark Brown, 19th season for New Jersey City University. He is the head coach for the Golden Knights. New Jersey City with their road blues trimmed in white and gold. Brooklyn College in their home white trimmed in burgundy. Jersey City going from right to left on your monitor. Brooklyn College from left to right. So 1 o'clock tip, and we are underway. And Brooklyn will secure first. Here's Ibrahim. Ibrahim with a nice game against New Paltz. And the first whistle of the day will be an off. Eagle screen. So the ball turned over to the Knights. And the point guard, Mark Brown, looks to try to drive a 2-3 zone for Brooklyn College. And they'll dump that ball inside, drawing some contact, no good. Offensive rebound. And the Knights will reset it up. Here's Mark Brown. Brown drive to the basket, off the glass, no good. And there's an indication of a shot clock violation. And they're going to reset it again. They'll reset it back to 30, and the officials are going to try to gather themselves here. And indeed, it is a shot clock violation, and the ball back over to the Knights. Ball back to Brooklyn. So the Knights coming out in some full court pressure. Here's Hall getting the ball out to Rucci. Rucci, 3-point shooting threat, coming off his career best. 21 points against New Paltz, looking to try to continue, no good. Back comes the New Jersey. Driving to the basket is Crawford. And coming off the screen for the bucket, and the first one of the game for Bakai Rogers Robinson, the senior from West Caldwell Tech in Orange, New Jersey. Bakai Rogers Robinson averaging 33 and a half through his first 2 games of the season. 28 points, 7 rebounds against Farmingdale State this week. Here's the first 3 of the night. Knocks it down is Jaden Brown. So a quick start here for the Gothic Knights. Brooklyn College looking for an answer. Here's Ibrahim. He's guarded tightly by Brown. Ibrahim looks for a hole. Stops and pops off the mark. And rebounded by Crawford. NJC looking to run. Drive to the basket. No good. Offensive rebounded. No good, and Brooklyn comes down with it. Thomas Hall was jammed up down on the baseline. New Jersey City brings that tenacious defense, and that's the style of head coach Mark Brown. Graduate of Siena College, 1991. So Ibrahim does a lot of the ball handling for Brooklyn. Stops from deep, 3, good! Munir Abraham, the sophomore from East Meadow, New York, knocks down the first 3 of the game. So we're 3 minutes in. Brooklyn, NJC with an early 5-3 lead. And Rusi gets called for the foul. And we'll get our first substitution into the game. And that's Adudale Gay, 6'3" junior from the Bronx, Washington Irving Campus High School. Little Euro step inside off the mark, and 2 white jerseys step on the end line, and NJC will get another opportunity. And the crowd trickles in here at this beautiful campus of Brooklyn College with amazing facilities. Dump down inside, looking to muscle his way in is Raymond Ezeki. Big size advantage inside. Ezeki, a 6'8" senior from Newark, West Side High School. That's a powerhouse in Laramie County. So Brooklyn, here's Rusi. They're going to guard Rusi tightly. Here's a 3-pointer off the mark. Good box out by NJC, and they're looking to run. From deep, top of the key, off the net, no good. And wide open on the break for an easy 2 is Tyler Gordon, and a timeout on the floor. And that'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Let's talk a little bit about their seasons thus far. You know, as we spoke about with Brooklyn College, that loss to New Paltz. New Paltz, probably one of the top teams in the in the Empire Conference. They're going to contest with Cortland this season. Brooklyn trying to get their first win of the season. NJC, opening win against Pratt Institute, 81-70. And then lost 73-63 in a very good match against Farmingdale State. So 15:56 left to go in the first half. NJC will work the ball. They're going to look to try to get the ball inside. Here's Mark Brown. Swung over across to Bakai Rogers-Robinson, and that's his spot. Indeed. So Bakai Rogers-Robinson once again gets hot early. He's the leading scorer. He's among the leading scorers in NCAA Division III as well. So he's the guy you cannot leave open. So Brooklyn struggling to get the ball inbounds. And once again, so the full court pressure giving Brooklyn some problems. They do get it in bounds. Here's Joe Charles. Nearly taken away. And we're going to have a jump situation, and possession arrow favors NJC. Out to the corner. He'll give it a shot off the back of the rim. Good inside rebound for number 21, Arterio Williams. Williams, a 6'4" senior. So Brooklyn needs to try to find a way to free up Rusi. Get him a look. But this tenacious NJC defense has been stifling thus far. Up top. 2 seconds on the shot clock. And a shot clock violation. Always one of Coach's worst nightmares when shot clock violations. So a turnover for Brooklyn. So Brooklyn will try to pick up some pressure in the half court. A 1-2-2 trap. Dumps the ball inside. And a traveling violation. I have to give myself credit for that. I saw it before the ref saw it. But needless to say, we have a terrific officiating crew on hand here at Brooklyn College. Up top, looking to go back door. And they're going to give Arterio Williams the foul from Hamilton, New Jersey. You could hear Coach Mark Brown from across the way up top. We're located on the top of Brooklyn College. So Brooklyn College will stack things up. And good denial defense and an offensive foul on Rusi. Oh, no, we're going to correct that. Yep, nope, it's on Rusi. Trying to create some space. And a strong move inside for Arterio Williams. And that's the way to get it back from that foul on the other end of the court. Arterio Williams, he is a 6'4" specimen. One of the strongest players in the weight room for NJC. And always nice to be able to see him shoot good free throws. So it's 15-5, 13 and a half left to go in the first half. I'm Scott Green, so happy to have you with us here at Brooklyn College. Thank you for tuning in. And the pressure and a travel. And that's what this pressure defense will do. It's not designed to get steals, it's designed to force turnovers, and that's what it's done so far. So Brooklyn will step up into a 1-2-2-3 quarter. No problem beating the press. And back with the block was Thomas Hall. Looking at the top of the key, he thought about it. Oh, there's another look. Drive inside, gets the friendly roll, is Mekhi Philogene. 5'11" freshman from Brooklyn, New York, attended the Bright School. Looking to try to find some daylight. There's the baseline, and there's the bucket for Thomas Hall from Nanuet, New York, via Albertus Magnus. And a deep three from the outside, doesn't trickle in, but Philogene will let that go, and Philogene will set things up. Now to Robinson. Robinson drives off the glass. Rebounded Hall. Brooklyn trying to close the gap here. Abraham has not been able to get his shot off today. The defense of Philogene has taken him out of their offense. Doubled up inside. Good backdoor cut. And blocked. Here's Philogene. Dumps the ball inside. Doubled up and stolen by Brooklyn. So Ibrahim, guarded closely by Brown. Ibrahim works his way in with the spin off the glass. So Ibrahim's going to work for every basket he gets today. So Brooklyn out to an extended 2-3 zone, trying to mix things up. From the corner, knocks it down is Matt McSorley. McSorley, a 6'4" sophomore from Colonia, New Jersey, and a timeout on the floor. And a full timeout, and we'll take a break here from Brooklyn College. It's NJC 19 and Brooklyn College 9. And welcome back to Brooklyn College. It's a 19-9 New Jersey City lead. So make Applebee's at 2201 Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn, your neighborhood bar and grill. Whether you're looking for affordable lunch specials with coworkers or in the mood for a delicious dinner with family and friends, Applebee's offers dining options you'll love. Looking for that happy hour vibe? Enjoy food and drink specials anytime with our selection of appetizers, beers, and cocktails. Call ahead at 347-505-3300 to see what's on tap today. So 10.5 left to go in the first half. Thus far, it's been all New Jersey City controlling the game. And we'll get a substitution for Brooklyn. And Rusi back in the game. Brooklyn trying to find some type of offense. Swung over, Rusi wide open, can't knock it down. And some contact underneath. And it looks like they're going to get Mekhi Philogene to his unliking. So Brooklyn with another opportunity. Up top, Rusi and an illegal screen. And they'll get Thomas Hall on that illegal screen. So Brooklyn with the 1-2-2 3-quarter again. Philogene in the paint, gets it taken away by Hall. Brooklyn looking to run down the lane, kicks it out. Off the mark for Charles. So Charles came out of the season on fire. And Brooklyn again looking to run. And this time they're going to get a blocking foul. And they're going to get Jaden Brown. Drive in the lane, nowhere to go. Fade away, tough shot. Rebound McSorley. NJC wants to run. Up top, Mark Brown. Looking to reverse it. Here's McSorley. Back up top. And Mark Brown will try to set things up. Drive to the basket, no good. And a good save by Brooklyn. And Brooklyn will slow things up. Joe Charles stopping inside the three, no good. Both teams struggling to put the ball in the basket. And a whistle. And we'll get a substitution. Abraham back into the game as Tyler Gordon. Tyler Gordon, a 6'5 junior from Brooklyn, from Banneker High School. Many years in the past, really good basketball teams over at Benjamin Banneker. Here's a deep three. And that'll be an air ball for Jaden Brown. He was lighting it up from Steph Curry range. So Brooklyn, they're going to try to climb back in this. As one-sided as this game has been, it's still only a 4-possession game. A deep three off the mark. Here's Brown. Brown looking to drive to the basket, off the glass, and foul. So Brown has been looking for that all game. He caught a seam. 5'10 junior from Union, New Jersey, Essex County, Newark Tech. And a lane violation negates the free throw. So 21-9, 7:22 left to go here in Brooklyn. Brooklyn College will keep the ball. Looking to push is Charles. Charles with a beautiful pass and the rejection. And Brooklyn will keep the ball. But the dribble drive penetration seems to work for Brooklyn. Ibrahim. Ibrahim on the drive with the great pass inside for Tyler Gordon. Abraham needs a little bit to facilitate, and there he did. Back to a 10-point game. The baby hook off the mark. And Raymond Ezeki at 6'8" catches the ball and squares up. He's a tough stop. So Joe Charles, Ibrahim, a lot of touches for Brooklyn, dumping the ball down inside, driving the basket off the rim, no good. And we're going to get an over-the-back violation on Abdoulaye Gaye. And that's going to put NJC in the bonus. .6:15 left to go here in Brooklyn. 21-11, New Jersey City University. The Gothic Knights. Cameron McGaney knocks down the first, the 6-foot sophomore from Union, New Jersey. And 2 for 2 for McGaney. There's Joe Charles trying to facilitate. Out to Ibrahim. Ibrahim guarded closely by Brown. Up top to McGaney. Off the mark. And here's Mark Brown. Ibrahim looking to drive. Backdoor cut. In traffic and draws the foul is Jordani Martinez. So once again, Ibrahim was able to drive and dish. But the bigs get doubled up as soon as they touch the ball. We got a couple substitutions. Hall back in the game. And we'll get a look at A.G. Ahmed, 6'1" junior from Queens, New York. Scholars Academy. Love that name. And a little deflection. Here's Hall driving inside. And the foul! A.J. Ahmed didn't take him long to get it into the game and put one on the board. So A.J. Ahmed looking to complete the three-point play, the much-needed three-point play for Brooklyn, and he does. So instant impact for Ahmed. Brooklyn with a steal, the pressure, driving to the basket, and guess who? A.J. Ahmed. And they're going to get a foul on the floor. I kind of thought he might have been in the act, but they're much closer than I am. So a big turnover for Brooklyn. Chance to really, oh my goodness! Munir Ibrahim shot that one from East Meadow. That was a good 32 feet out. So down to a 6-point game. Deep three for Ahmed, off the mark. And Ibrahim was trying, but what a move for Bakai Rogers Robinson. Wait, correct that, Joe Charles. On the rim, no good, but gets his own rebound. Once again, no good, Arterio Williams. And stolen the inbounds was Tyshawn Wilborn, the 6'5" freshman from Smyrna, Delaware. So a lot of excitement in this last 5 minutes of the first half. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll be joined by an assistant coach. We'll come up, we'll chat with him about the first half and the season. Deep, Ibrahim again! And Ibrahim has caught fire for the Bulldogs. And it's a 3-point game. And a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. So Ovie's Place, located at 2925 Avenue H, is a proud sponsor of the Brooklyn College Athletics. With a wide-ranging menu including salads, wraps, burritos, breakfast omelets, sandwiches, tacos, family meals, and build-your-own smoothies. Ovie's Place has something for everyone. Open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come back out to Ovie's Place right off campus on Avenue H and visit our website at oviesplacenewyork.com. And go Bulldogs! Well, that sounds like a great place. I might have to stop for a smoothie on the way home today. This sounds like a great place. I'm getting the thumbs up from them right at our broadcast booth. So what an exciting last minute and a half of basketball. What once was a 12-point game is now a 3-point game. Thanks to Munir Ibrahim catching fire from long range. So NJC, long range again, no good. Boy, I'll tell you, these two teams have no fear of range, and a foul inside. Wow, back in college at my days at Dowling, I was a three-point shooter. I would have loved to play at one of these two schools. So Isaiah Green will go to the free throw line, 6'1" freshman. Knocks down the first. And 2 for 2 for Green. And they're going to bring the pressure once again. 3:22 left to go, and nearly stolen, but knocked out of bounds. And Ibrahim back in the game after a quick blow. And Abraham doubled up, in a little trouble, gets out of it, and they break it 2-on-1. And a whistle on the play, and they're going to get a 10-second backcourt violation on the Bulldogs. Don't see that often in college basketball, so that's a credit to Coach Mark Brown and that tenacious Gothic Knight defense. 3 minutes. And a traveling violation underneath. Solid defense by Samuel Amari. And stolen for 3 off the mark. Strong rebound, hits the top of the glass, no good. Abraham for 3, and he was fouled, and he'll get 3 free throws here. Makai Rogers-Robinson gets him on the foul, but you have to locate where Ibrahim is on the floor at all times. First one's good. And some household substitutions for NJC. We'll catch you up with them in just a moment. Philogene back in the game along with Crawford and McSorley. So 3 for 3 for Ibrahim. Ibrahim's going to take a seat. And a 2-point game, the closest it's been since 2-0. So don't go anywhere, folks. We are in for a great second half and a turnover for the Bulldogs. Charles. Here's Ahmed. Up top, Martinez. Ahmed. And a whistle. And another illegal screen. And it looks like they're going to get Samuel Amari. Under 2 minutes to play. And Brooklyn has picked up their defense. Ahmed to the corner. Off the mark. And stolen. A 3-on-2. And a foul. So the 3-on-2 they can't convert, but Samuel Amari gets fouled. And Amari with a chance to tie this one up with 1:24 left to go in the first half. And Amari off the mark on the first. So Crawford will take a seat for NJC. And we'll get a first look of Darnell DeRozan, the 6'6 freshman from Linden, New Jersey. So 0 for 2 from Amari. So it's still a 2-point NJC lead. Great defense. Trying to drive, nowhere to go, and a traveling violation on Bakai Rogers-Robinson. There's Ibrahim, under a minute to play. Ibrahim looking to find some kind of space. Out to the corner, driving baseline, and draws the foul. So Jordani Martinez. Six-foot junior from Harlem, New York. West Side High School. So Martinez, with 37 seconds left, has a chance to tie this one up. So Martinez misses the first. This is the second, rebounded, and what a rebounder again, can't convert. And we'll have a jump ball, so 2 missed opportunities for Brooklyn to tie this one up with 28 seconds left to go till half. Looks from the corner with a rainbow. No good. And NJC can salt away the first half. Here's DeRozan underneath the basket. Can't finish around the rim. 7 seconds. 5 with a chance. Charles to the basket and draws the foul with under a second left to go. So a third opportunity for Brooklyn to send this one at half with a tie game. Joe Charles knocks down the first. Brooklyn will send all their players to the backcourt. And we are going to go into half knotted at 27. So an exciting first half of basketball here from Brooklyn College. It's Brooklyn NJC 27 apiece. Stay tuned. We'll be back with some halftime guests when we return on YouTube TV. And welcome back to halftime. We're knotted at 27. It's Brooklyn College taking on the New Jersey City University. I'm Scott Green. It's halftime, and I'm joined by our assistant head coach, Mr. Albert Barbosa. And Coach, a little tough early on. You were able to make that run. What was the big change and difference?
Something around the 7-minute mark left in the first half. We just made a run. I think the substitution we're throwing in today is making a difference. Got fresher legs. You know, the guys are now, I think the 3 weeks that we've been together is just putting together now as a group.
Talk about the struggle a little bit early on against their pressure. They really bring that tenacious defense.
Absolutely.
What type of adjustments did you need to make and you didn't turn the ball over that much, but you're struggling to get the ball over to get into your system?
Well, the problem was there was 2 10-seconds violation, and every time we passed the ball was right underneath the backboard. So the guys have to step up and meet the pass first, square up, and then throw the ball forward. And everyone seems to be underneath the baseline.
Last on Wednesday it was Rusi able to knock down the long range. Today it's Ibrahim. What does he do so well that gets him into those streaks? And I remember him in high school and what he can do. What makes him so tough from the outside?
I mean, his shot is limitless almost. He has great range and just the confidence that he has within. And he already knows the system. He's played it the last couple of years. So just knowing when to pick your spots, when to take the shots, and what get everybody established since he's playing the lead guard for the team.
Well, here you are at halftime. You're tied. Now, this team, how do you get this team going to pull it even further in the second half?
We got to do still is on defense. We got to make sure that we just box out first. That's one of our problems this year. And shot selection is important as well. And build the confidence that the guys shooting the ball keep shooting. You know, after a while, they're going to have to see the ball go through the net.
Coach, good luck in the second
Thank
half.
you. Appreciate it.
And Coach Barbosa, we are at halftime. Brooklyn College and the New Jersey City University knotted at 27. We'll be back for the second half in just a few moments. Welcome back to Brooklyn College. We are set to start the second half. Let's take a look at the first half highlights for Jersey City. Pacing the way with 5 points is Arterio Williams, followed by Bakai Rogers Robinson with 5. Pretty well balanced attack, 3 from Jaden Brown, and then a host of players with 2. For Brooklyn, well, the story's been Munir Ibrahim, 14 points. He leads all scorers, 3 for 5 from the three-point line with those big threes to bring them back in the game. Brooklyn College trailed by 12 at one point, and they tied it up at half, and we are underway. So we are set for a great second half. Brooklyn looking to get their first win of the season. And a quick 3 off the mark. And another basket. And we lost our producer momentarily. But he seems to be okay. We got the thumbs up from him. So 29-27, Brooklyn with their first lead of the game. And a quick foul on the Bulldogs. And stolen away on the fast break. Ibrahim for 2. So Ibrahim has 16 in the game, and the Brooklyn defense is forced 3 turnovers in the first minute of play. And that has taken some steam out of New Jersey City. Here's Rusi, and if you can get Rusi hot, off the mark, and the ball back over to NJC. Rusi, after coming off a 21-point performance against New Paltz, is on the donut right now. So when he gets going, look out. Here's Ibrahim, set up for the screen, looking for an area. They're going to say he carried the basketball. A rule they're really enforcing this year, that when that palm hand gets underneath the basketball, the referees are going to blow the whistle. Tough drive in the seam, gets the roll. So Bakai Rogers Robinson, averaging 33 half a game, has 7 tonight. Good dump off inside, can't finish. And back comes Jersey City. Here's Rogers Robinson dumping it down. And a strong move inside for Donovan Crawford. And Crawford gets his first 2 of the game. And we are tied up again. So quick substitution. Ibrahim will take a seat. And Abdullah Goye comes back into the game for the Bulldogs. Always loved Saturday afternoon games. From the corner. No good. Rebounded by NJC. And a strong move to the basket for Mark Brown. And Mark Brown with 4. Good cut to the basket. Rusi can't find the hand. So 4 minutes in the second half. NJC back on top by 2. They're on a 6-0 run. Make it 8. And a timeout on the floor. So with 15:53 left to go in the game, NJC with a 35-31 lead. We will step aside here on the YouTube network from Brooklyn. To get the ball in bounds. I know we spoke to Coach Barbosa at the half, and he talked about just having a little more patience. And again, the struggle continues. A turnover and a bucket for Bakai Rogers-Robinson. And that gives him 9 on the afternoon. Stops, pops off the mark. 6-point NJC lead, looking to break. So if you're just joining us, we were knotted at 27 at the half. Brooklyn came out with a 4-point lead. And since then, they've rattled off 10 straight. And a great high-low to Donovan Crawford. So the lead is 8. And a whistle on the floor. And they got Tyler Gordon on the foul. And a 20-second timeout will keep it here. So the Brooklyn United Soccer Academy, a proud sponsor of Brooklyn College Athletics, was founded out of the desire to build a youth soccer academy for the borough of Brooklyn. that is on par with the top club academies around the world. Though the process of building an academy, we are striving to redefine what a youth soccer academy in the United States is and how one operates. To learn more about the Brooklyn United Soccer Academy, youth soccer programs, leagues, and training, visit their website at brooklynunitedacademy.com. So 15 minutes remain. It's an 8-point NJC lead. NJC led by 12 early. And the hot hand of Ibrahim brought them back. So Brooklyn once again facing adversity. There's Rusi, not giving Rusi any daylight, but Ibrahim they will, and he's off the mark, and the follow from Gouye. So back the other way, and with ease was Bakai Rogers-Robinson. And that puts him into double figures for the third straight game. And it's an 8-point lead. And we'll step aside once again. It's NJC 41 and Brooklyn 33. Back to Brooklyn basketball. Beautiful facility here on the campus of Brooklyn College. Had an opportunity to speak with athletic director and catch up with Eric Smiles, I've known for a long time. Back in his coaching days at LIU Post. Terrific Division II basketball player. Got to catch up on some old 80s and 90s basketball. Always great to talk in those eras, and what a great job he's done here as the athletic director of Brooklyn College. And off the mark, Brooklyn trying to close this gap. Under 14 left to go in the game. Brooklyn looking for their first win of the season. Up top, Crawford. Off the mark. Crawford looking to try to muscle up. Soft jumper inside was good for McSorley. So here we are back to a double-digit lead. They break the press. No good. Rebound Crawford. And stolen back and a foul. So Thomas Hall and A.J. Ahmed back in the game for the Bulldogs. And remember, when Ahmed came into the game, that sparked the big run for Brooklyn in that first half. And we got a 30-second timeout on the floor. And who's in the mood for some Applebee's? Make Applebee's at 2201 Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn, your neighborhood bar and grill. Whether you're looking for affordable lunch specials and coworkers, or just in the mood for a delicious dinner with family and friends, Applebee's offers you dining options you'll love. Looking for a happy hour vibe? Enjoy food and drink specials with time, anytime with our selection of appetizers, beers, and cocktails. Call ahead 347-505-3300 to see what's on tap today. In a hurry, place a takeout order using one of our Go service and pick up your food without ever leaving your car. How convenient. I feel like all food places today have just been too convenient. So 43-33, under 13 left. Muscling in, can't finish. And this has been a struggle for Brooklyn College, finishing around the rim. And a strong move to the basket, and Bakai Rogers-Robinson is heating up with 13 points. Deep three from Ibrahim. So it's back to the largest lead of the game for NJC. McSorley, the soft jumper, no good, but inside position, continues to dominate for Arterio Williams. The offensive glass has been the Achilles heel for Brooklyn through the first few games. They give up way too many second and third opportunities, and that's an area of concern. But here's a deep three. Nothing but net for Thomas Hall. A much-needed three for the Bulldogs. Some quick dribbling for Mark Brown. Brown's been a little quiet. Nearly stolen away, McSorley. And here's the man of the hour, Rogers. Rogers tries to split two defenders, but keeps possession. Three seconds on the shot clock. I don't know if they're aware. McSorley fires it up. In time, off the mark. Here comes Brooklyn. Trying to close the gap. Hall driving to the basket. Underneath and in. So Thomas Hall with 5 unanswered points for the Bulldogs. The lead is down to 9. It was about the 6-minute mark where Brooklyn made their comeback in the first half. And Bakai Rogers, no one has an answer yet for him. 10 points in the second half alone, 15 in the game. So a good rebound there for Herbert Gary. And he'll go to the line for 2. Herbert Gary, a 6'4 junior from the Bronx, Central Park East. And no good. So Ibrahim leads the way for Brooklyn with 16 points and 0 for 2 for Gary. And Rogers Robinson with 15 for NJC. So we're under 10 minutes left to go in this one. Oh, a couple steps by Rogers Robinson, and that was picked up. So trying to get the ball in bounds. Robertson steals the inbounds pass, and wisely hits it off a Brooklyn player, and that'll give them the ball back. An 11-point lead with a chance to make it the largest lead of the game. And a smooth move and a flush. Arterio Williams. And a steal. And the bucket. So Jersey City have extended their lead to 15. So 17 points now for Rogers Robinson. He may not get to his average of 33, and Russi draws the foul and will go to the line. And Russi with his first point of the game. Remember, Russi, as we noted, 21 points, led all scorers on Wednesday night in that loss to New Paltz. So 2 for 2. So we're under the 9-minute mark. It's a 13-point NJC lead. Driving to the basket once again. And you could see how Bakai Rogers Robinson puts up big numbers. Quick with the first step, and he has the shot. So Brooklyn needing a defensive stop here. Rogers Robinson looking to operate, swings it opposite to Philogene. Back to Rogers Robinson. Philogene looking to drive baseline with the floater. No good, beats the shot clock. And a foul. Nope, and no foul, just stepped on the end line. So Brooklyn staying in that 2-3 zone. The favorite of the former Syracuse coach Jim Boeheim. and a shot clock violation. We've seen a few shot clock violations so far. And we'll get a household substitutions. Rusi back in the game, as is Ibrahim. We're going to get some shooting back in. And they're going to put Rusi and Ibrahim on both corners. And they're going to allow Joe Charles to facilitate. So here's Charles. Coming off the screen and roll action. Charles stops from the foul line. Short. Driving in, wide open from the corner. It's Charles off the mark, though, but they get the ball back. Every second opportunity gives up another 30 seconds. 20 off of a rebound. And Tyler Gordon charged with the foul. Nice crowd on hand here at Brooklyn College. Beautiful crisp air here in New York City. Rogers Robinson with a rare miss at the free throw line. Jordy Martinez back in the game for Brooklyn. So 1 for 2 for Rogers Robinson. 18 points for Rogers Robinson. He leads all scorers. 14-point lead, under 7 minutes to go. Here's a three. Knocks it down. Thomas Hall. What a strong second half. Now, this was the time that Brooklyn made the run in the first half. Swinging it across. Looking to operate, and guess who? Oh, and they strip him. And the ball out of bounds. But Kai Rogers Robinson looking to try to get into the paint. Five seconds on the shot clock, down to 3. They're not going to get it off, and it's a turnover. Back the other way, Joe Charles facilitating. Looking to get the ball up top with the hot hand. Not on the mark. Here's a 2-on-1. Going to the basket with the dump off. Tied up in the paint. That'll be a held ball. Boy, Thomas Hall knocks that one down. All of a sudden, we are back into a game again. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. 54-43 NJC over Brooklyn here at Brooklyn College. And we'll be back in just a few moments here on the YouTube network. Welcome back to Brooklyn College, 54-43. This game is balanced between that 8 and 11 mark, and it tied it up at half. And but now it's go time for Brooklyn College. They need to get something going here. Trickle this lead back down. Hall looking to work inside. Up top, Martinez. Here's Joe Charles. Fadeaway for Charles. No good. And once again, it was up against the shot clock. Donovan Crawford back in the game for NJC. So NJC taking a little air out of the basketball as we approach the 5-minute mark. Two seconds on the shot. They're not going to get one off. And another shot clock violation. And Mark Brown is beside himself on the sideline. So Ibrahim has a quiet second half and taken away. McSorley to the basket. So McSorley with the steal and the break and the three-point opportunity. McSorley at 6'4", runs the floor extremely well. Only a sophomore from Colonia, New Jersey. So a three-point play, and the lead is back to 14. 4:30 left, and the pressure is coming on. Joe Charles gets it stripped and taken away, and back to NJC. And NJC will walk it up. Kai Rogers, they're going to dump it down, look for a good shot here. Here's McSorley, out to the corner, wide open, no good. And here on the break, here's Charles. Charles looking to muscle inside. Great pass around the rim, no good. And Jordani Martinez in the tie-up. And that's going to send Martinez to the line. And Martinez knocks it down. And off the mark, but rebounded inside with the finish is Thomas Hall. And what a great game Thomas Hall has had for the Bulldogs. And it's an 11-point game with 3:30 left to go. Not out of the woods. And they're going to make NJC hit a couple free throws. They're in the bonus. Oh, not quite yet. That's only 6 fouls. So the next foul will result in a free throw shooting situation. Here's Rogers Robinson to the elbow with the pull-up. Off the mark. And the ball over to Brooklyn. So a big possession for the Bulldogs. And Ibrahim back in the game. So Brooklyn in the need of a bucket here. Drive to the basket, off the glass is Charles, no good. Ripped away is Martinez. Three-pointer, good! Thomas Hall. What a second half. And it is an 8-point game with 2:51 left to go. And a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. Subs in the game, and it looks like it was moved to a full timeout. We'll still keep it here, and we'll talk about, if you're hungry, head over to Ovi's Place, located at 2925 Avenue H, and they're a proud sponsor of the Brooklyn College Athletics. Wide-ranging menu including salads, wraps, burritos, breakfast omelets, sandwiches, tacos, family meals, and build your own smoothies. Ovi Place has something for everyone. Open 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Come check out Ovi's Place right off campus on Avenue H and visit the website at ovisplace.com. Now let me give you the full website here. ovisplacenewyork.com and go Bulldogs. Sounds like a great place to possibly stop after the game. So let's reset. We are 2:51 left to go in the game. NJCU 57, Brooklyn College 49. Brooklyn College was able to close out strong in the first half. Looking to try to close out strong here. Moments ago was a 15-point NJCU lead, and once again that was erased. And now here we are sitting at an 8-point game. So having trouble getting it in bounds, and they do. So NJCU So Bakai Rogers Robinson was able to split the double team. And that's going to send him to the free throw line. Good free throw shooter, did miss one earlier. And we're going to get a few substitutions in the game. Crawford will take a seat. And Arterio Williams back in the game. And he knocks down the first. And Rogers Robinson is pleading with the officials that he was hit on his release. And 2 for 2 for Robinson. Back to a 10-point NJC lead. And 20 points now for Rogers Robinson. So 2:30 left. Brooklyn's got to keep fighting. Charles to the basket. Ooh, and no goaltend was called, but the basket follow-up by Tyler Gordon, and we're back to an 8-point game. So every possession, and we're going to get a traveling violation. Don't go anywhere, folks. It may be nice outside, but don't leave your computer screen because this is far from over. Brooklyn with a huge opportunity here. Here's Charles outside. The man of the second half is in trouble, Thomas Hall. And Hall gets called for the 3-second violation. So we're under 2 minutes left. 8-point NJC lead. Brooklyn looking to try to get a steal here. They can't ill afford missed opportunities. So NJC going to take a little off the clock here. And a bucket for Crawford. So 61-51, 127 remain, and a turnover. And that's going to send Rogers Robinson back to the free throw line. Rogers Robinson, 20 points on the evening. Remember, he's averaging 33 and a half. And he knocks down the first. So 2 for 2 for Rogers Robinson. 22 points on the game. If he stops here at 22, his average is actually going to come down. And another steal. And that's going to make things very tough for Brooklyn. And a steal. Here's Hall trying to run it down to the corner. And off the hands of Charles, and we are under a minute to play. So looking ahead for Brooklyn College, they head over to William Patterson in New Jersey, a 7:30 game on November 19th. Followed by the 22nd at Mount St. Vincent. They don't return home till November 1st, and they'll take on Pratt. And a kickball. So under 40 seconds left to go. So eight seconds left on the clock. And the finish for Arterial Williams. And what a great game Arterial Williams had. and missing the dunk. And we'll get a foul called. So 63-51. And once again, a great job by our production crew here at Brooklyn College. And a great job, as always, by the Assistant Athletic Director for Communications here at Brooklyn College, Mr. Tim Slackus. So a 14-point game, and NJC can salt this one away. And McSorley with the exclamation point. And that will do it here in Brooklyn. So we had a back and forth affair. Brooklyn was able to tie things up at half at 27. Came off to a good start. But New Jersey City University just too tough. Leading scorers today for New Jersey City, Bakai Rogers-Robinson came in the game with a 33.5-point average, recorded 22. 17 of those were in the second half. And for Brooklyn College, Munir Ibrahim had 14 first-half points, finished the game with 16. So that'll do it here in Brooklyn. Once again, the final score, New Jersey City University 67, Brooklyn College 52. I'm Scott Green. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you soon.